Good morning. This is Todd Coburn of Cal Poly Pomona with the Finding Your Way series. And this video is on the topic of success, something that all of us are a little bit interested in. So folks define success differently. Some folks define it as money, job, reputation, status, house, blah, blah, blah. I have a different opinion of success. But what's important here is what you define as success. It's insightful and beneficial to ponder on that every now and again, to think about what you think of as success. Make sure that the things that you're counting as success really are, and that you're making the choices and investing your time so that you achieve that. If you ask yourself, how is success achieved? Mostly it's by hard work, discipline, sacrifice, often connections, and luck, and certainly God's grace all come into play. We've all heard the stories of folks that get rich and have everything lavished on them by whatever, but mostly those are outliers. Most of us are going to have to work pretty hard and consistently in order to achieve our objectives in life and to pave a better future for our family and children. You got to ask yourself, what happens when things go wrong? In this life, things are going to go wrong. They're going to go wrong in your family, in your relationships. They're going to go wrong at work with your bosses, with your coworkers. There may be times when people think you're wonderful and times when people think you're punderful. What are you going to do then? When your health fails, when other things go wrong? It's a good thing to take stock while you're young and healthy at what you're going to do and on whom you're going to rely when those things happen. Family can be a great resource for many of us. Some folks don't have the luxury of a family they can count on to support them, but many of us fortunately do. We all have the ability to lean on God Himself, though a lot of folks want to reject that He even exists. Regardless of my opinion on this, you need to decide, what are you going to do when things go wrong? And how are you going to keep yourself moving? It's pretty fun to look back on how people have viewed things like this in the past. You know, Americans, kind of I like to think of as bootstrap theology, right? In the sense that in America, a lot of it's country-wise built by people that got knocked down, they pulled their boots on, they stood back up. Like the boxer who keeps getting flattened but never gives up. It's healthy to take stock before things go wrong on what you're going to do and how you're going to keep moving forward so that you can chart the course when things get tough. Here are some things that I've learned that you may find helpful in your life. Success doesn't mean happiness. I've seen a number of people who are very successful by most people's standards and they are not happy. Success is elusive without contentment. If you aren't contented, what is the purpose of your success anyways? And I have found that that when you are waiting to be at your objective before you find happiness, before you count yourself as successful, you end up living a life of misery and unhappiness. There is a value to taking pleasure in each moment, whether you're working hard or resting. To enjoy the moment, to count, to take stock and make sure that you've applied yourself fully. And if so, I count that as success. Success doesn't mean happiness. Success is elusive without contentment, and you need to know your foundation. I personally put a lot of stock in my faith in God and His plans for me in my life. And when things get tough, I rely on that. Even when I find myself doing more poorly than I would like, I can rely on the fact that He loves me as my mother loves me. And this is part of my foundation. I have that faith, and I have a great family. Hopefully you have the same. And this can help to bolster you as well. If not, you're going to look around and figure out what you're going to count on when the going gets tough. Here's my formula for success. Work hard but maintain balance. Be content but not complacent. Enjoy everything that you do. Service is satisfying. When I've given this pitch to students at orientation, or when they're reviewing Cal Poly, coming to Cal Poly, or when they just are looking for a pep talk, I often follow with a poem called Mom's Advice about the beauty of working hard and enjoying each little moment. It kind of captures this. I didn't attach it to this little pitch. Maybe I'll share it on a later post. Work hard but maintain balance. I fully believe in this. Work hard, play hard, give it your all. And you know, it's fun to win, but it's okay to lose. The key is that you gave it your all. Not necessarily that you didn't make mistakes, but you gave it your all. You did everything you could, and you did it as ethically as you could at the moment. Be content but not complacent. If you're overly content and that rolls into, if your contentment rolls into complacency, this can lead to financial ruin for you and many around you. Be content but not complacent. Enjoy everything you do. This is one benefit I have. I don't know if I have it in my genes or if it's from watching my father and my mother or what, but I have always enjoyed each piece of work, each job I've had. I've had a number of successes in this life, and I've had some challenges too, but I have found no matter what job I was doing and whether things were going good or bad, I was always taking pleasure in every little moment. And that's it adds to the spice of life. Service is satisfying. If you ever go like somewhere and you find people complaining, they're usually folks that aren't doing stuff. Churches are filled with people that are making comments and complaining about what's going on. They're not doing anything to make it better. So are schools, so is work and businesses. I have found that when I am working and serving folks, that it tends to lead to satisfaction, and it tends to kind of enrich my entire life. So work hard, maintain balance, be content but not complacent, enjoy everything you do. Service is satisfying. Hopefully, some of these ideas can help to hone your ideas of what you count as success, and they will help you to focus yourself on achieving your objectives, and that will pay dividends into your life in the future and those of your friends and family. May the Lord bless you as you go forward in this life.